After her parents die in a car accident, Anna, a Brooklyn high school student, moves to Florida to live with her blind grandmother, May. The backwoods are anything but appealing to a city girl, and if not for Julie and Sean, Anna's new friends, she'd be completely miserable. But one day, Sean reveals his dark side, and a neighborhood boy ends up in the hospital with a broken bone. After that, the Sandman comes for all three of them, a spirit of vengeance who steals the eyes of his victims. One of the key conditions for a successful horror movie that aims to launch a franchise is clearly defined rules of the game. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger kills those who fall asleep. In Final Destination, death hunts down those who escaped it. In Saw, the characters have a chance to survive if they can beat the trap they're placed in. Without such rules, the audience doesn't understand how to root for the characters. If they can die at any moment, the competitive element disappears, and a game without rules stops being a game at all. It would seem simple and logical, but for some reason, the creators of Eye for an Eye decided this condition wasn't important and made the Sandman's lore as vague and conditional as possible. To summon him, you have to write the names of your abusers on a giant old tree, and he will come to his victims in their sleep, tormenting them with nightmares until one day he tears out their eyes. It's a kind of hybrid of Freddy Krueger, Candyman, and Pumpkinhead from the 80s. Horror of the same name, but in practice, the Sandman appears to his victims without any clear principle and not only in dreams, which makes the plot much harder to process. The handling of the dreams themselves is also far from successful. One of the strengths of A Nightmare on Elm Street was that the characters, and along with them, the audience, often couldn't immediately tell where they were, whether they were asleep or awake, almost in every new scene. This kept the tension high and allowed for unexpected twists. In Eye for an Eye, however, dreams are delineated with absolute clarity. The moment the characters fall asleep, first-time feature director Colin Tilley seems to remember that he spent 15 years making music videos for the world's biggest hip-hop and R&B stars, and turns the dreams into a series of beautiful but disconnected, almost art house vignettes, where, once again, no rules apply except one: anything goes. These conceptual and script-level missteps are especially tragic because Eye for an Eye does have potential. It features a memorable villain, striking visual imagery, and Whitney Peak does an excellent job as Anna. Unfortunately, this is a case where the director's music video background takes over and prevents him from seeing the bigger picture. Tilley prioritizes moment-to-moment visual impact, but binding individual lines, scenes, and images together so they work at full capacity requires a solid dramatic foundation, and that's precisely what Eye for an Eye lacks. Beautiful nightmares without rules or logic quickly stop being scary because fear, too, needs structure. The film throws a lot into the mix: psychological trauma, guilt complexes, bullying, fear, themes of past sins, and forgiveness. But cinema isn't a music video, where everything can and even should be chopped into a collage. More than anywhere else, film requires a firm guiding hand. Colin Tilley clearly commands visual language, but he doesn't know how to tell a story. And in a feature film, that's tantamount to a death sentence. In the end, Eye for an Eye remains a collection of flashy but hollow nocturnal visions that play on a single note and inevitably fade the moment you wake up.